Okay, HalioDx is a immuno-oncology diagnostic company that focus on developing a test called named Immunoscore that has been invented by Jérôme Gallon, one of our co-founders. So the company is actually at the commercial stage. We have a product on the market. We have 3 business units. We develop Immunoscore for oncologists, for pharma, and we have a third-party contract for developing IVD. The company is located in Marseille, 160 employees, and we have a subsidiary in the US. In the US, CLIA Lab in the US. So we have raised 27 million euro up to now. And we have about 40 million euros revenues, but still losing money indeed. So we contemplate to a Series C of 40 million euros. So the team is I would say, experienced. So we come from, we are serial entrepreneur. We set up a company 20 years ago back, Ipsogen, that was listed on the stock market in Paris and sold to Kaagin, and then we spin off these activities to fund HalioDx. So the one of the key asset of the company, obviously, is our co-founder Jérôme Gallon, who is a leading scientist that pioneered actually the discovery of immune biomarkers in immuno-oncology. So he has a track record of publication, and we in-license the very extensive patent portfolio about Immunoscore, but other immune biomarker. So essentially the invention of Jérôme is a kind of breakthrough in the sense that most of the diagnostic approach, or I would say all the diagnostic approaches up to now, were to look at the cancer cells, either looking at the shape of the cancer cells or looking at abnormal behavior of the cancer cell via genome analysis, for example. And in 2005 and 2006, Jérôme published in Science and Journal of Experimental Medicine 2 consecutive papers where he demonstrated that looking at the lymphocyte infiltration in and around the tumor was a major factor to describe the risk of recurrence. So that was the basis of HalioDx to develop diagnostic based on analyzing the tumor immune microenvironment with Immunoscore. So the test is pretty simple, actually. It's a standard immunohistochemistry. So we take samples, paraffin-embedded samples after surgery, for example, or on a biopsy. These samples is put on slides, and then we apply specific probes, antibodies against lymphocytes to stain lymphocytes. The innovation came after because we are scanning those slides, making big images, and then applying algorithms and sophisticated methods to count the lymphocytes in different regions of the tumor. So the impact of this methodology, of Immunoscore methodology on oncologists, our vision is that this impact is pretty important. Jérôme demonstrated that, for example, in pre-malignant cancer, like pre-lung cancer, pre-lesion lung cancer, the immune system is here and is mobilized very soon in the development of a malignant lesion, and at the end, there is also a very strong prognostic performance and predictive performance of Immunoscore in advanced cancer on a biopsy, for example, in metastasis cancer. And indeed, in the the middle, you have the localized cancer. So we think that immunoscore are going to be applied all along the cancer and complement existing tests. So an example, we published these results at ASCO last year, where we showed that immunoscore actually in localized stage 3 colon cancer was able to predict the benefit of 6 months versus 3 months chemotherapy. And you see on the left Kaplan-Meier that on immunoscore high, the prognostic performance of immunoscore is very high. And if you look at the right Kaplan-Meier, on the immunoscore low, there is no prognostic performances. So that defines the predictive performance of immunoscore. The fact is that chemotherapy is working in patients that have already an existing immune response against the tumor. In terms of, so that's for oncologists. We apply immunoscore also indeed for the immunotherapy development with biopharma partner. And here I refer this graph to a publication of Jérôme showing that immunoscore can help to drive the drug development process from the hot tumors that are immunoscore high to the immune desert, immunoscore low, and according to that, continuum, you can impact your drug development strategy by combining your drug with different immunotherapy, chemotherapy, or other approaches. So our vision is that immunoscore apply immediately for existing therapies, for oncologists, notably in colon cancer, in localized colon cancer, where we have a strong body of evidence, but also for biopharma to guide drug development. So our market is evaluated as about 5 billion euros. Both in the biopharma and in the diagnostic market, and in the diagnostic market we have today a number of studies in localized stage 2 and 3 colon cancer, but also we want to expand that to rectal cancer. For example, in stage 2 colon cancer, the prescription of chemotherapy has not proven to be efficient. But if you look at in the practice, if the patient has some risk factors, he gets chemotherapy. And in the US, 30% of those patients get chemotherapy. And in Netherlands, it's 7%. So there is no consensus on which patient should get chemotherapy. And here we position immunoscore as a key assay to arbitrate and guide this decision. And it's really a practice-changing, assay. So the clinical evidence, the medical evidence is very important, obviously, to get reimbursement. So today we have a little less than 5,000 patients in 4 different clinical studies to support our clinical evidence. But obviously, the payers are very demanding. So we continue this program, and we have additional studies that are going to be published. The last that was published was in the Lancet last year. In our biopharma activities, this is just an example on where immunoscore can help biopharma. This is the example of metastatic colorectal cancer, and here you may know that only the MSI portion means 5% of the population of metastatic colorectal cancer are eligible to immune checkpoint. And here the idea is to use immunoscore to identify the